Hello. This is Eman from Money, and welcome back to another topic video. So, today's topic video is what does it mean to be free? Freedom is a very broad word because I feel like everyone has their own definition of freedom. But I'm gonna read out to you what Google says the definition of freedom is. I mean, there's free here. So the first one is the condition of not being in prison or captivity. Obviously, this one's more for prisoners' freedom, so we'll rule that one out. The second one is the condition of being free of restraints, especially the ability to act without control or interference by another or by circumstance. Interesting. And the third one is the condition of not being controlled by another nation or political power and political independence. Hmm. So that's interesting. So what I want to get at today is what does freedom mean to you? Because I can tell you, I can ask you what is freedom, but my question is what is freedom to you? Because at the end of the day we all have our own interpretation on what freedom is, and that is very true. Like, you can't deny that. Like, my idea of freedom is probably different to your idea of freedom, you know what I mean? But for me, the best representation of freedom that I've seen is Luffy from One Piece, for those that watch anime. So, Luffy is a character from a show called One Piece whose goal is to become the king of the pirates. So, basically, yeah, king of the pirates. And to obtain that goal, become you have to become really strong. You usually need to become really strong and have a certain personality with you. And in One Piece, obviously, Luffy and his crew, they go on journeys and they come across people that are being oppressed by people of higher power and people that are corrupt. And Luffy sees this and helps these people, but then again, he's still a pirate. Because for him, he sees freedom as himself in a sense. Like, Luffy being himself is him being free. Because in the story, Luffy has different forms, and Gear 5 is his most free form. The freest that he can be, because he can do anything within his imagination, essentially. So he basically has Toon Force. And in One Piece, there is an idea that there is a god called Nika who is a liberator and who liberates slaves from oppression. And in One Piece, there is a lot of imagery and just a lot of representation of slavery, of higher power oppressing those who are low. And there is a lot of genocide in One Piece. Like, people need to forget that media can represent things in IRL. Like, people may see One Piece as like an anime or it's a kid show or whatever, but these do talk about real themes that happen in the real world. And One Piece isn't shy to show that imagery. Like, in One Piece, we see racism, discrimination, genocide, like I just said. And obviously, to depict that it's very hard to depict a genocide in media because the way that you have to go about it is sort of tricky. But then again, it is media, it is fictional, so it's not real. But it can relate to IRL situations. And this person, um, called Nika, the slaves in One Piece, they believed they believe that he is a god and he will free people from captivity. And Nika is said to be like the most freest person. Like he laughs, he just can't stop laughing. He's always smiling. And in One Piece, Luffy unlocks a form called Gear 5, which I've already said, which is his most freest form. And his form, he is fully white. Like his hair's white, clothing white. He's fully white. And Luffy laughs a lot. Like he can't stop laughing when he's in this form, and he's the most happiest that he is. And he always states that he's free. Like he's finally free. And I feel like my definition of freedom is to be yourself. Because the reason why I love One Piece, and it's probably one of my favorite shows, definitely in my top three, is that Luffy, no matter what happens, or no matter the situation, Luffy is always able to be himself. And because I don't think freedom is a thing to do, like, obviously, freedom is to do with, like, in a physical sense, like, or like following orders from other people, being in prison, all of that. But I feel like what true freedom is being able to be yourself without having to hide it from others. I feel like that's what true freedom is. Of course, like in some sense, like you don't want to show your true self to other people because obviously some people are probably not comfortable with that, and that's okay. You don't you don't have to embrace my freedom in a sense. You know what I mean? Like when I meet new people and I kind of close off because I don't know how people would react if they knew who I really was. Like with me, I'm a really goofy person in real life. I do tend to make a lot of obscene jokes. Not not just for not just for like to offend people, but just for the fun of it. Obviously, I understand that. Honest, ah, my bad. I'm freestyling this video as well. Obviously, I understand maybe not all people will like it, but that's just who I am, you know. And obviously, if people don't like it, I respect it. Like I won't behave a certain way around you, because obviously we need to understand that people have boundaries, and I want I want people to take in the fact that you are your own person, that you yourself have to define what freedom is for yourself. You know what I mean? Like no one will define it for you. Like obviously we have definitions of freedom, but you have to ultimately find what freedom means to you. Because people say, "Oh, you're working 9 to 5. You're not free. Oh, you're in the system. You're in the system. Da 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 da, or whatever." And I don't really think I don't really think working a 9 to 5 is you being stuck or you not being free, because like we need jobs, like we need people working 9 to 5s, because or else society would crumble. So I feel like what freedom is what you make it out to be, is what you think freedom is. Not only freedom for yourself, but freedom for others. I think that's what we need to talk about as well. What does freedom look like for everyone else? Like, what does it mean to be free? Not just for yourself, but for other people. What does it mean for other people to be free? Like equality, freedom of speech, and all of that. And I feel like the way the world is going now, like freedom, there's gonna be no such thing as freedom. Like government trying to enforce digital ID so they can see everything that we do, making sure that we're not doing anything bad. And obviously, I live in the UK, and the government are trying to enforce digital ID. And I think digital ID, because the thing is, digital ID as a sense, it's not really a bad thing, but it depends who's in control of it. You understand? Like, digital ID could make our lives a lot more convenient instead of having to have physical items, because obviously physical items can be lost. But obviously, if you have everything on your device, it's just easier. You know what I mean? Like now, everybody pays with Apple Pay. Apple Pay is so convenient. Instead of having to get your card number, having to read it out, you got everything on your card. Like digital things, it's not a bad thing, but it depends who is enforcing it and how they are enforcing it. Because now AI is getting a lot more powerful, and we see that more countries are starting to invest in AI, which I don't see the point in investing AI. Like, I use AI, but I use AI to assist with what I'm doing, not to actually help with things. You know what I mean? Like, why are we using AI for flipping like algorithms? You know what I mean? Like, we're using AI cannot predict like human human actions. You know what I mean? And I feel like the way the world is going, we are gonna be in a digitalized world, which is run by AI and surveillanced by everything. So the government can basically see everything that you do, and in the future like that, that is really scary because that will definitely twist what freedom is. Like as the younger generation grow up, they will be like the word freedom will be twisted because as the younger generation grow up and the newer generation comes and they grow up with a AI digitalized world, the word freedom will be different than it is today. Like right now in the UK, like people are getting arrested for for what they say online, and I just think that's crazy. Like, come on, like I thought the internet was meant to be a place where everybody could speak their free mind, but now people are getting arrested for what they're saying, and it just doesn't help that they are introducing digital ID, and it's gonna, in a sense, it's going to kind of away imprison humanity in a sense, if you get what I mean. Like humanity will not know what freedom is once all this digital shit comes into play, because we all know the government is corrupt. Like come on, it's not rocket science. The government are not for the people, they're for themselves. Because if they were for the people, think about it, would the world be like this? Would we be having wars? Obviously obviously there's some certain factors, but think about it. No normal human being wants war. Like we don't want war. We just want to live in peace. That's literally all it is. We just want to live in peace and go about our lives. But with all these war happening and the government saying, like right now, the UK government saying that we potentially might be going to war with Russia, and that women, men, children may have to fight in a war. I'm like, bro, we are already struggling as it is in this economy, and now you want us to go to war? Like, and the thing is, the government will force you to go to war. Like, you have no say in this. Like, you can't refuse. Like, you will have to go to war. And the thing is, like, you don't have a freedom of choice. It's you have to, and that's the thing. Like, we as humanity, I feel like we need to take back our freedom, because I feel like that's what humanity strives in, freedom. The being able to create things, being able to express their creativity. And obviously, we're living in a world where creativity is being dumbed down to AI and AI slop. Like, I've seen an article where it says 20% of new users on YouTube are being introduced to AI slop. Like, come on, this isn't creativity. This is literally someone typing in a few things into typing in a few prompts, and out comes out AI slop. No hard work put in it. Just type a few things and it's done. And I feel like once AI takes over the world, freedom will not be a thing anymore. I guarantee you that. But hey, man, I'm just a black guy from the UK. But I hope you took something from this video. Like, I will tell you is I'm 19, so I probably don't have I. This is just my idea of freedom now. Probably when I hit 40, my idea of freedom will be different. But I feel like my idea of freedom is to be yourself without restraint, not having to change for other people. But obviously, in some certain situations, like people aren't comfortable with other people being themselves, and obviously you have to change for them people. But if you remember who you are as a person and remember that you are you and that being yourself is your freedom, or if you have any other ideas of freedom. But I just feel like just remember that you are your own person. You are not you are not someone's plaything, or you ain't someone's toy. Basically, you are your own person. You make your own decisions, and that's where we and that's where I think freedom is, being able to make your own decisions free of restraint. Obviously, like, don't don't do stupid shit. Like, obviously we know that, don't do stupid shit, but be free, man. Be free. But if you have any definitions of what freedom means to you, please do leave it in the comment. I know I've been rambling on about AI and stuff, but it is important because it will determine on what freedom will look like for people. Because I feel like 2026 might be the last year to establish yourself or establish where you are, because 2027, oh, life will be getting hard. We've already started 2026 and Trump has already raided Venezuela, and I'm thinking, bro, how can someone just kidnap another president from a country? But I don't know too much about what happened in Venezuela. Apparently the president was corrupt or whatever. But hey, I don't know too much, so I'm not gonna speak too much. But obviously, like, I just want freedom for all humanity. Like, I hate being told that I'm this. I hate being told that I'm that. I want to be who I think I am. You know what I mean? Like, and that's another thing. Don't let people tell you who you are. You are your own person. Remember that. And at the end of the day, we will all find meanings to what freedom is, and the meaning to our own lives are. So, I'm just gonna end the video here, and thank you for watching this video. And be sure to leave in the comments what you think freedom is, and do you think humanity will ever achieve true freedom, where there is no government control, where there is, I mean, no corrupt government control, like free from everything. You know what I mean? But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next.